Welcome back to the 125 podcast, where the peacock mantis shrimp can throw a punch at 50 miles per hour, accelerating quicker than a .22 caliber bullet. My name is Stuart Blue.
My name is Lucas Allende.
And today, Lucas, thank you again for being here.
I'm back, bitches.
Yeah, Lucas is back. Thank goodness. We missed you. Today, we're going to be talking Avengers Endgame.
Yep.
I just want to put this out here right now that if you have not seen the movie and you do not want it to be spoiled, do not listen to this podcast because we will be talking about everything that happened in that movie.
Yeah, everything.
So, huge spoiler warning. If you don't care about what happens, then feel free to listen. But I would suggest seeing the movie first, forming your own opinion, and then coming back and listening.
You know what? I don't even recommend you to go watch the movie.
Well, we'll get into everything in just a minute here.
I'm just joking. It was a great movie.
Well, I just think that Lucas and I are definitely in the minority when it comes to our opinions about this movie.
Yeah.
I think that we didn't quite enjoy it as much as most people did and most critics did.
Yeah, but I think it was our fault. I think we were too hyped for the movie.
Our expectations were pretty high. So,
yeah.
Well, how about this? I'll just paint the picture of what last night was like.
Okay, yeah.
So, Lucas and I have been...
No, that's like a week ago when we bought the tickets.
Oh, true. Yeah, we did buy it. So we bought our tickets in advance. Yeah. So Lucas was over, and all the tickets were already sold out for the first 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And so we bought our tickets for Monday night because we thought it'd be a little bit slower on a Monday.
Yeah.
Tuesday is cheap movie night, so that one was already filled up, so we weren't gonna get that. So we go online and we buy our tickets almost like a week early. No, maybe less than a week.
It was on Thursday or Wednesday.
Anyway,
maybe,
a few
days before.
A significant amount of time in advance, we bought our tickets, and we were so hyped. I mean, we've been hyped for genuinely pretty much since Infinity War.
Yeah,
came out. We've been hyped.
I mean, I've watched all the Marvel movies.
Yeah, me too.
Like Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, all of them.
Everything.
Yeah.
So we've been hyped for a very long time, and Lucas and I both thought very highly of Infinity War. I love Infinity War.
I think it's an amazing movie.
I think it's a great movie.
Even better than Endgame.
And it left off with such a good,
yeah,
just left you wanting more. So we have been hyped about this for long. We watched any and every trailer or piece of content that we could get our hands on before it came out.
Even Google Plus advertisements.
Yeah, even other companies advertising but using some imagery from Avengers. We would watch all those.
If there was a new image from the new movie, I would send it to Stuart right away.
We were really excited. I mean really fucking excited. I genuinely cannot remember being this excited about a movie, I think, ever.
No, maybe Infinity War.
But I wasn't as personally. I was excited, but I wasn't as excited because I didn't watch Infinity War for a few weeks when it came out, and then eventually I went to go see it.
I think maybe for me it was at the same level.
Really?
Yeah, I would say.
But most movies are movies in a series that I am personally obsessed with are old enough where by the time I got into them, I could just watch all of them in a row, like Lord of the Rings and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
So this was the first time that this was our generation's Star Wars pretty much original.
Yeah.
Especially for me, because my absolute favorite Marvel movie is the original Iron Man, which was the superhero movie that kicked off everything. I mean, that was the first Marvel cinematic universe Kickstarter. 2008.
No,
came out in 2008.
With the Hulk?
No, I'm just talking about the original Iron Man.
The original Hulk is 2008.
Iron Man 1 came out in 2008. Look it up. Swear to God.
Okay.
Iron Man 1, 2008.
Okay, I'm actually gonna look it up because I need to see the facts. Okay.
So anyway, when the original Iron Man came out, that movie kind of blew my mind. And I was 9 when it came out.
Yeah. Yeah, 2008, yeah.
2008, yeah, I told you.
Yeah, but also Hulk came that year.
So the original...
94 Rotten Tomatoes. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a good movie. And that movie came out when I was 9. So you think about that movie basically built...
9 or 10, because I was 8
or 9 or 10 or whatever. Yeah. That movie planted the seed that would eventually grow and culminate in the movie that we just saw on Monday. Or that we just saw yesterday. Yeah. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah.
And so saying that we were excited is a bit of an understatement.
Yeah, it was kind of like to end like our childhood, you could say.
A little
right?
bit, yeah. I mean, it was like bittersweet even just buying the tickets because we were so like, God damn it, this is gonna be like at least the last one of this section.
Our childhood.
I mean,
like,
we had I gave the spoiler warning, right? Yeah, I did give the spoiler. Okay,
yeah,
because good, because I was gonna say, I mean, this was the end of the road for our two favorite characters.
Yeah, Captain America and Iron Man.
So and we kind of suspected, like we avoided all the spoilers, but we kind of suspected that they wouldn't make it.
Even
or
if like,
something would happen.
If they made it like after,
like, they
because like they have a
they'd be
contract
done.
and like when like
Yeah.
after Endgame like they're done.
So I was getting,
Yeah,
I was like emotional before I even got there. To be honest, I mean, weren't you like a little bit like
I mean,
just
I
knowing
was
that it was gonna be
like,
the end of the road?
For like everyone was saying like it was emotional because like.
Oh, I heard people saying that they were crying.
Yeah, so I was like, oh fuck, both of them are dying and everything, and. So,
well, we'll get into that in a second.
Yeah, but I was like, expecting. Yeah.
So Lucas and I walk into the theater with like very high expectations, and this is like the only time that I've ever wanted. I was like, we need fucking snacks. We need fucking.
Oh, he
food.
went off. He even texted me, "What do you want for?"
I texted him. I was like, what kind of candy do you like? I went down to Walgreens. I bought a bunch of candy for both of us. I got 2 bottles of water for both of us.
Nice, yeah.
I bought popcorn brought popcorn from home for both of us, and I stuffed it all in my jacket and like snuck my jacket in, and I don't think they really would have cared, but like it's so much cheaper to buy it outside of the theater.
Yeah.
So we get into the theater. I think we have a Snapchat video. We get into the theater, and I just like unloaded all these snacks because we were up in the top row too, like pretty much in the center, like a little off to the left, but pretty much in the center, top row.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we were, and it was like in the gigantic theater with the seats that like fling back, like go all the way back, and like it was heaven.
Now that we're talking about the theater, let me tell you about like the people that were in the theater.
Oh my!
Because I think that like helped a lot. Like we kind of like didn't like the movie.
People, okay. Well, no, you go first.
7 seats like to our right, something like that. There was a kid. I don't know how old was he, but he was commenting out loud everything.
I honestly, when it's a movie like that with that much hype, I get that you want to take your children. I'm sure that your children want to go, but when kids are like that young, and you know that so many people are so excited, don't bring them. I'm sorry, but just don't bring them.
Also, there was someone
because that kid was too young to like understand what was going on, and was like, but was. I don't even know.
Screaming.
He was like, he would scream all the time. Like, he wasn't like a newborn. He wasn't crying. He was just like screaming and being loud and like yelling. And that shit really pissed me off, man. Really fucking pissed me off.
That guy. And then there was another guy, I think.
Talking.
Yeah, like the guy next to me, like also he was vaping. But like one of the guys in front of us, he was having trouble with a plastic bag. I don't know what was going on.
Oh my god! You just heard like, oh my god! And I wanted to fucking slap him. And I swear to God, dude, I don't know if you noticed this too, but I felt like the movie wasn't as loud.
Yeah, I was
like the movie.
Dude, at the beginning, Iron Man, he was whispering the whole time.
Because usually when you go to a movie, you have to like you have to get used to how loud it is because it's so fucking loud.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are they saying?
Dude,
I couldn't fucking hear anything.
Yeah, that happened to me at the beginning. I think like then it got like better, but like
maybe because we were like up in the back. I don't know, but I couldn't fucking hear anything, man.
Yeah.
And so all like I heard like Tony Stark mumbling, and then this kid like yelling, and this dude trying to open his chips, and I was ready to like. Also,
the guy next to you when he was chewing the popcorn.
Oh my god!
You could hear it. Yeah.
And like maybe like that usually happens like that, and we were just so excited that like we were just noticing it all, you know. But I swear to God, it was like especially fucking annoying that day. God, I was pissed off, man.
So after pooping in like all the persons in the theater, should we start with the review of the movie?
Yeah, right. After like shitting on everybody else. We should start with.
So how should we do it? Like, should we give like our general ideas and then like go like kind of like more like?
Sure, let's do that. Let's
go. Want me to start?
Why don't you start? Just give me your general overview. Like, make it pretty quick.
Okay.
I'll give you mine, and then we'll kind of jump into specifics and maybe try to go a little chronologically.
Okay. So it's a 3-hour movie. I think just the last hour is good. I think the first 2 hours there's like a bunch of like super forced jokes like. Don't make sense. I think they kind of like shit on like a bunch of characters, and if you ask me right away after I saw the movie, I would tell you it was like a 6-7 out of 10 movie. But when I got home and I watched some videos like explaining kind of like everything,
sure,
I thought it was like
Bumped
kind
it
of
up a
like
little bit.
8-9 movie.
Okay.
Not as good as Infinity War.
Sure.
But I think that's kind of like a good.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you pretty wholeheartedly. I thought that the first two acts just got demolished by the third act. I think that regardless of how invested you were in the first part of the movie, the end like kind of grabbed your attention no matter what, just because of how big the spectacle was. That being said, the first hour and a half, 2 hours, really, it just didn't really do it for me, which is so sad. And I know that that's an unpopular opinion, and we'll get into like specific characters because that's where I disagree with a lot of people. But for me, like you were saying, the comedy just didn't hit.
Yeah.
The tone just didn't really work for me.
Yeah.
And it felt too rushed in some spots and just way too slow in others. That was me. I thought it had pacing issues.
Actually, I kind of like it the first 10 minutes when like they actually kill Thanos.
Sure.
Because it's kind of
like... let's just go through the movie now, like, pretty chronologically.
Yeah.
So the talk about the opening and the first... Because we opened with...
Iron Man.
Hawkeye. No, I mean, the very opening was Hawkeye teaching his daughter how to...
Was that one?
That was the opening shot, I remember, because I remember the close-up of the arrow. Just trust me.
Okay, yeah.
I remember the close-up of the arrow, and we saw Hawkeye lose his family.
That's
which
cool,
was good.
Like that explains why he wasn't in Infinity War.
Right, he was on house arrest. We saw the anklet,
yeah,
the ankle thing on
after
him.
Civil War,
like Scott Lang was on house arrest. He was on house arrest after Civil War. You saw him with his family, and I thought I just want to say really quick, and I'll let you go. I thought that very very opening scene, and that was like even before the title like of Marvel came up. I mean, it was like the very first thing. I thought that was great, and I thought that matched the tone of Infinity War really well.
Yeah,
where it was very serious and but also heartwarming to see him with his kids. And then you see them all disappear, and you just realize like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So I thought that was great. Continue with what we were gonna, because then we cut to what?
Then he jumps to Iron Man
and Nebula. On
the ship.
On the ship, and you hear Iron Man recording the message for Pepper and telling her that they're gonna run out of oxygen soon. They're just drifting. They have no fuel, and they're billions of light years away from the nearest anything. And
then Captain Marvel is introduced. I think it was kind of like a cool introduction, like
Captain Marvel comes and saves him and brings him back. I thought that was fine. At that point, I was still...
I have to say something I didn't like from that. When like Captain Marvel lands on with the ship in the Earth, it's like everyone knew her, and like I feel like, when did I meet her? Maybe in Captain Marvel movie, but like if you haven't watched it, there wasn't like an introduction between Captain America and all of those guys.
Unfortunately, and we sound super ignorant because unfortunately Lucas and I both have not seen Captain Marvel.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Which, I mean, but I just want to put that. I just want to put that out there because just in case we're getting shit wrong and it's explained there, people know that we haven't seen that. But having not seen Captain Marvel, you're right. I didn't even think about that, but there was like kind of like no introduction to her in here.
Maybe
I have to assume.
I
have to assume it happened in her movie. But as far as Endgame is concerned, there wasn't really much of that. That didn't bug me a whole lot. I didn't even really think about it.
Then in one of the trailers, when like Thor grabs the storm break, it's like, I like this one. It's because like they just met.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, no, I suppose. So then we're back at like Avengers HQ. Tony's all sick
and salty with
Cap. I thought that was great. Amazing. I thought that was amazing. That's when he gets up and he's like, "We could have done better if you he calls back to Civil War. If you had let me distribute suits and get shit out there, we could have protected people more. Yada yada." Thought that was great. Yeah. Right. I think you can agree with that. I should also preface everything with the fact that I am like a diehard Iron Man fan, and Lucas is like a diehard Captain America fan.
Yeah.
So, but I thought that was great. Their argument. I thought that was fantastic.
That's why I'm saying the beginning was good. Like
right, like the very beginning was very good.
Yeah.
Them kind of just and so all that beginning stuff that we've talked about so far happened, in theory, right after Infinity War. There was no time jump at all. That's when everybody starts talking, and they figure out where Thanos is.
Nebula is like, oh, I know where he is.
Yeah, Nebula knows where he is, and they remember they see like the heat signature or something like that, and they saw that there was another use of the Infinity Stones.
That was cool.
Okay, let's just go. Let's go fuck him up right now. basically. And it cuts to Thanos, and he's like picking fruit, and he's on his
he's
farm.
super fucked because like he just destroyed the Infinity Stones with the stones.
I thought, yeah, he's all like burnt and everything.
That's fucking cool.
I thought that was great too. I wanted to see more of that, to be honest. I loved the way that Infinity War ended with that shot of him on the farm. I thought that was like fantastic.
Yeah, because after killing everyone, he just
he's finally like, I've done what I set out to do. Like, I'm done.
Yeah,
like that was.
He's like he wants to like.
Yeah, he's not just like bad just to be bad. He's like, no, this is what I thought I want. This is what I thought was gonna make the universe better. I fucking did it. Now I'm chilling.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I liked that. So, we cut to him, and Thor shows up with Captain Marvel and
everyone.
Everyone goes except for Tony.
Tony and War Machine maybe something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And everybody else goes, and they confront him, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I do wish that scene was a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think it went like too quick.
It went really quick, and I loved them like just talking to Thanos, like unarmed. They were just like talking to him, and he had destroyed all the Infinity Stones, and he was just like, he knew he was about to fucking die, and he was just like talking.
Yeah.
And like, I liked that. Then Thor decapitates him. I went for the head this time, which is a callback to Infinity War, which was that was fine again. I do wish that scene was a little longer though.
Yeah, but that kind of represents like how like for you wasn't enough, right? Like you were like, oh fuck, after everything he did in Infinity War, that wasn't like long enough, right?
I mean, not even that it was.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
I suppose, yeah.
But what I'm saying is also this happened to Thor, because I watched his video and like that's what he was saying. Like this also like happened to the characters. That's why like Thor went like that, because he was like that wasn't enough. Like that wasn't like enough redemption. Like I don't feel like great now.
Oh sure.
So kind of like I feel like kind of representing
sure.
That.
I that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. I guess I just really liked the dynamic of like Thanos knew that he was fucked now, but like he had already accepted that. And was like down to just talk. I kind of wish that they had more interaction together.
Yeah, but I didn't
That's
like.
Fine. Though,
I didn't like they kill like the bad guy in the first 10 minutes, because there's that point where you're like, what's gonna be the bad guy now?
Well,
okay, Thanos, but it's not the thing. It's not like the same Thanos.
Yeah,
it's like the young one.
Yeah,
they haven't made the Avengers yet. I didn't like.
So, anyway, I remember the beginning very clearly. The next parts get like a little muddy in my head, but anyway, we jump ahead 5 years. This is honestly in my personal opinion, this 5-year leap is part of the reason I did not like this movie.
It's the problem.
I think, yeah, I honestly believe it's the problem. I think that if that 5-year jump had not happened, or they had just handled it differently, a lot of the problems I have with the movie would have not been present.
Also, I don't know if you noticed it, but like when Captain America's talking with like that group of guys, one of the guys talking is
it's one of the directors. Yeah. No, I noticed that in the beginning.
That was cool.
So, let's just talk about what each character was doing after those 5 years, because we kind of get reintroduced. Let's start with the best ones and go to the worst ones.
No, it was just Captain America was like doing what Falcon was doing in Winter Soldier. He was just talking with like some like
so he was part of like a self-help group.
Yeah.
I thought that was fine.
Yeah.
I think that. Actually, no. I thought that was fine. I wish he was like part of like doing something a little bit more like actiony, because he's always been. No,
he was doing what Falcon did when he was in Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I suppose.
If you want to, he just like.
Yeah. No. So I mean, I have no problem with that.
They say it's kind of like a kind of like, I don't know, a memorial or something for like that movie.
I thought what Tony Stark was doing was great, because in Infinity War
with the family,
he and Pepper had been. He was like. When you first get introduced to Tony in Infinity War, he's like talking about how much he wants a kid, and then he has a daughter, Morgan, and I thought that was great. How he's kind of like, fuck all that superhero shit, like I'm done, which does kind of contradict a little bit to what was happening in Civil War, though. I just want to point that out. That like in Civil War, Tony was the one who's like, we should be helping, we should be out there arming people, we should be doing this, and Cap was the one who was like, we should let, we should abide by the rules that everybody else does. And like a little bit gets switched, because then Tony becomes the one who's like, fuck that, you guys handle it, not me. And Cap becomes the one who's like trying. Yeah, it just a little bit, just a little point out. I saw some stuff about that. We can get into that later.
Then Black Widow turns into the like kind of like
that
the
was
boss.
fine. Black Widow like holds down HQ of Avengers. I thought that was cool. She kind of meets with everybody else. Like every once in a
Yeah,
while. That's totally
it's
fine.
the Wakanda
Nebula,
girl.
yeah, Nebula.
I don't know what's her name.
I forget her name too. Captain Marvel, Rhodey.
Yeah, they're just like out there.
and Rocket Raccoon. Like
And War Machine,
she's
yeah.
just checking in with them and everything. That was cool.
Then Hawkeye is like the.
Hawkeye became now. I actually didn't mind that.
It was another hint for like the comics.
It was another It was like Ronin. It was like
Ronin. It's called
Ronin.
Ronin stuff like that. Yeah, I know.
The Hawkeye stuff in Japan was a callback to one of his comics, which I thought that was fine. I mean,
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
even if you don't know the comics, it was pretty bad.
Dude, I wish it was like that, like the whole movie, just with like that suit, like he was wearing.
Yeah, he was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's fighting with his like fucking sword and like speaking Japanese and shit. I thought that was cool. You know, like I'm not mad about that at all.
What else? What were the other ones doing?
So if you haven't,
Thor.
if you haven't figured it out yet, Lucas and I.
Wait, because like now we're going.
Do you want to do Hulk first, and then Thor?
I don't know which one to order right now.
Let's do Hulk first.
Yeah.
So when we get back introduced to Hulk, he is both of his personas, if you will,
one now. Yeah.
have become one. So he's the size and strength of Hulk with the brain and voice and mental capacity of Dr. Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Now that does happen in the comics. Yeah. That is a thing that happens in the comics.
It's the most powerful Hulk.
It's it's like probably the most powerful. It is like the most powerful Hulk. Now, that being said, I know what happens in the comics and that's fine. I don't like that it was just brushed over.
Yeah, I didn't explain it.
I mean, he might like say something about it, but I wish I had seen a little bit more of that, because if you think back to not only Infinity War, but also Ragnarok.
Yeah.
And pretty much all of Hulk.
He's like afraid.
The whole point of, I mean, not the whole point, but like a big thing with Hulk and Bruce Banner is that they're fighting
each other. They don't know.
They're fighting each other. They're almost like they don't see each other in the right light, and he has trouble controlling one or the other.
Yeah.
So if you've seen Thor Ragnarok, which I do highly recommend, all of Thor Ragnarok, he's pretty much as Big Hulk, and he doesn't even know what's going on. When he turns back into Bruce Banner, he like doesn't remember anything.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to turn to Hulk, because he's afraid he's gonna be like that forever.
Then in Infinity War, he won't turn back into Hulk.
Hulk doesn't want
to come out.
Yeah.
Whatever. I thought that was great. So having there has been this divide established, and through Ragnarok and Infinity War, that this is really tough for Hulk and Bruce Banner to work together. We've established that it's fucking hard. And then Endgame comes out and they go, 5 years later, look, he figured it out.
Yeah, just like
I mean, it's fine that he did figure it out, and I actually expected that to happen because I knew that like the Dr. Hulk was part of the comics, and I actually anticipated seeing him. But the fact that like we didn't get to see him struggle through that and become that bugs me.
Yeah.
It bugs me.
I don't think it didn't bug me that much as Thor. Let's get into Thor now.
Well, I just want to say one more thing about Hulk, and then we'll get into Thor. And I agree, Thor bugged me more. But like, can you imagine if throughout Endgame, like, Bruce Banner kept turning into Hulk and back into Bruce Banner, and he couldn't control it, and then like during the climax of the movie, he finally figures out how to like become both.
That would have been amazing.
It would have been fine, because if you think about it, the whole part, like Hulk in the entire movie, there was no, until he puts on the glove in the end, there was no reason for him to be the Hulk. He could have just been Bruce Banner.
Yeah, because they didn't need any strength or anything.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. The whole first 75% of the movie, he could have just been Bruce Banner, and he would have done the same, because he's just doing sciencey shit. It has nothing to do with his strength. Until he puts the Infinity Gauntlet on. So what if like right before that he understands how to... Dude, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, also I think like the dab. He dabs.
Oh, yeah, he fucking dabs in the movie. He goes, dab, in front of the kids.
That was...
A little part of me died when I saw that. God, that was awful.
Yeah, that was one of the first things, yeah.
So, this brings us to...
For me, the worst...
For me, for me too, I think the worst part of the movie. And this is a very... I am so surprised at how unpopular this opinion is. But Lucas and I just despised what they did with Thor. I don't like it. I'm not into it. I'm going to let Lucas take this away first, and then I'll jump in later.
Yeah, he's like the guy in Great Lebowski. He's him. That's
the dude.
That story. She's just like a fat guy.
They even made a joke and called him Lebowski.
Yeah, a fat guy that's like living in like he still's the king of like what's the name of
Asgard.
the Asgard. He's still the king. He's still
the Asgardians that survived or like became like fishing folk.
yeah, but he's just like drinking now and like it's just like I don't know, like Rocket and I think it's Rocket and Hulk get into the house and he's just there with like what are they
Korg and Meek
playing Fortnite.
Yeah, they were playing Fortnite.
That was kind of like an advertisement for like the game because like yeah whatever. But dude, just in like the change from like Thor like controlling the star in Infinity War, you know, like that super cool scene where like he opens the star to get like the Stormbreaker and like beats like Thanos ass and everything. To see him like long hair again, nothing bad with long hair, but like long hair, beard, like like knuckling, like super like fat, like didn't give a fuck about anything. It was just like whatever.
I just had an issue with it because you think about Thor as a character, right? He's been protecting Asgard, and he even says this.
He's a god
for like thousands of years. So this dude has probably seen absolutely everything. And you know, Thor as a character has this very like Nordic kind of like background, Coleman, and so him like drinking and shit is like doesn't bug me. Like if he's, you know, slamming some beers, that's fine. You know, he's ruling over the people in Asgard in this little town. Even that is fine to me. You know, his hair is long again. That's cool. He's just chilling with Korg and Meek. I mean, that's fine. But literally just the inclusion of giving him this gigantic beer belly and this really scruffy long beard just ruined it for me.
I have to say, I wouldn't care if it was just like for like the introduction and then he gets like build up and like everything again. Or not even build up, like normal, like, you know, like healthy, whatever, but then he stays like that the whole movie.
And again, like I would, in a perfect world, I wish, like, because along with this, they added in that he has like anxiety issues and he has like panic attacks, which is fine. I think that that's fine because they lost fucking hard in Infinity War. And that, you know, especially Thor was the one when he's like, you should have gone for the head. You know, he was like this close to beating Thanos. You know, the fact that he's all mentally fucked up is fine, but you could have, there's so many ways to present that without making him like this like one-liner like laughing stock of a character who just like binge drinks. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even if you're gonna do that, just do it for a little bit. I mean, this dude is a fucking god.
It's a god, yeah.
He's fucking Thor. He's like Luca said, he's a dude that like took the might of an entire star to forge the Thanos killing weapon. And then 5 years go by, and now he like looks like this like frat dude, like playing video games and drinking. It's just like, that's not Thor, man.
Yeah.
That's not fucking Thor.
Yeah.
That bugs me.
Yeah.
And people fucking loved it.
I don't know. I don't get why.
And I don't get it.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's not like Lucas and I talked about this like after the movie and we decided we didn't like it. No. Both of us, when he came on screen, we like looked at each other and we're like, whoa, what the shit?
Yeah.
And the whole theater was like laughing. Which is fine. Like, yeah, were there funny moments?
It was funny. This was like 10 seconds, but then it was like,
but then I was like, I want Thor back.
I want the powerful and scary Thor.
I want Thor back. I mean, this is the dude who came like millimeters away from actually killing Thanos in Infinity War.
Yeah.
I just like, I can't get over how much that bugged me. I just hated it.
Yeah.
Really hated it.
And I feel like with like when all the Avengers got together again, like after that like scene, he was gonna work out again, everything.
Yeah.
He stayed like that.
He just stayed like that.
Like he
for
didn't
the
give
entire
a
movie.
Fuck the whole movie.
And people are pointing to like, oh, he had this anxiety and blah blah blah. That's fine. You can do that with him still being Thor. Yeah. Right? He can still be a god and buff and strong and like want to do something and have this shit going on. That would have been fine. But making him this like laughable, like clearly fake beer belly on Chris Hemsworth was just like, it killed me a little bit because this movie is like, I was ready for this epic spectacle where I get to see all of the characters I love at the height of their.
Because remember, in Infinity War, everyone died. Like like this thing was real. Like everyone's friends
fucking serious.
And then this guy comes fat, and he will stay like that. Like he didn't. the reason why he got into the spaceship to go back with the Avengers is because like they had beer.
Yeah, and that's just and like yeah, okay, it was funny, I guess, but like really, is that really what we've seen Thor over how many movies? 3, 4, 5 movies now.
Yeah,
you know,
Avengers 3,
three of his own.
Yeah,
and then 3 other Avengers movies.
Yeah,
and this is how like this is the Thor that we've come to know. No, this is like the opposite of the Thor that we've come to know. You build up a character for fucking what? 3 movies, all at like 2.5, 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, 6 movies, all at that time. It's just like 18 hours of seeing Thor on screen or fucking whatever.
For that.
And this is how we get rewarded with the last movie of like the sequel to Infinity War. We get rewarded with this like fat laughing stock of like what?
Yeah.
Come on, man. That bugs me.
But I think
and people fucking loved it.
Yeah, I didn't get that though. I mean, I just talked with some guys today and like they were like, I kind of like it. I was like, whatever, like.
And okay, how about this? I think it would have been fine if one of the characters became like that, but if it was a less developed character. So like, let's say like cool. Rocket Raccoon started like always drinking and smoking and like was all like this chunky little raccoon. That would have been hilarious. Because no, but I mean we're kind of joking, but it's although I feel like that doesn't really fit War Machine because he's kind of like a general, but like Rocket's the one who like always was like if Rocket was always like the funny character, like he was always pretty fucking funny. If we saw like a little raccoon like with a big beer belly, that would have been hilarious, and I would have been like, oh my god, that's Rocket because he's like he's always like pretty funny and he's like he lost Groot. We saw him lose Groot. Like that's funny.
He lost all of the like the fucking
he lost and Star. Yeah, he lost like all the Guardians. I would have been like, okay, that
he makes sense with him.
Makes a little more sense. Also, he's already a funny character. It's more funny to do it with him. Like he's not like part of the main Avengers cast. Like I get it, but no, they chose Thor, and I just am not. I'm just not over it, dude. And people fucking loved it. So, okay. Let's look past that now. We've covered that.
I feel like the rest of the characters were good.
I think overall, besides Hulk and Thor, and I mean, okay, again, by like midway through the movie, you kind of just accept Hulk as that's who he is now, which is fine. I wish I would have seen him become that, but whatever. Yeah, I can get over that, you know?
Yeah.
Thor, I didn't get over.
Yeah, it was like, even like in the last fight, it was like, he's still fine.
And we'll get into that in a second.
Then I think that we should talk now about when like Ant-Man gets out of like the fucking Quantum Universe. A rat. It was a rat that pressed the button.
The reason, well, I mean, obviously if you're listening to this, you've seen the movie, or I mean, perhaps you haven't, so I'll just sum it up really quick. But they time travel using the quantum realm, the quantum universe that was developed in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Ant-Man had been stuck in that universe for these whole 5 years. And the reason he got out was because a rat walked over the switch.
Yeah. I mean, I think, like, they used that.
Come on.
They used that because, like, they explained it, like, already, like, in 2 movies in Ant-Man. And, like, it was kind of, like, already explained it. Like, I feel like they didn't have, like, more time to explain, like, another way to go into the past, like, in Endgame. So I was like, oh, let's use Quantum Universe,
Yeah. I mean, and, well, we'll get into actually, I'll talk about that in a second. I should talk about the rat for a second.
Yeah.
Like, that's the reason that he got out. That bugged me, man. I can't lie.
Dude, I wish, like, someone, like, oh my god, what's this? What the impressive
body? Even if it was some, like, dick shit ass,
security,
like, or, like, some, like, little kid who was just like, what is this?
Yeah.
I would have liked that way more.
More.
Or, like, the security guard was, God, I forget his name. He's an actor from Community, because the Russo brothers worked on Community.
Yeah.
And so he's funny, and he made, like, a little cameo. Why couldn't he have just been, like, walking up and down and just press, I don't know, the whole, like, rat crawling on it, that fucking pissed me off. That's literally the reason that Thanos lost was because a rat walked on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Ant-Man comes back. He knocks on the door at HQ, at Avengers HQ, and who's there? Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow and Cap are there, and
he explains everything.
And
then got.
That was fine.
Yeah.
That was fine to me. Like, he was like, I felt like I was only there for 5 hours. It's been 5 years.
To be honest, at that moment, I was like, because that was already after, like, all these jokes, and I was, oh, shit, this thing is getting serious now.
Yeah, right. I was like,
never mind.
I was ready for it to get serious. then they're like, who knows more about this? They go to visit Tony Stark. I liked that too.
Yeah. He's like, fuck.
I liked that they went up to Tony Stark and he was like,
no way.
Cap, still fuck you. And also, I got a family now. I'd rather just leave it how it is. Sorry, but nope. I liked that.
Yeah, because like, to be honest, he didn't lose that much. He didn't lose.
Well, no, I mean, to be honest, like, he has a fucking fair point.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not risking this shit. Like, I got a daughter now. Like, I got a house with Pepper. Like, I'd much rather just, like, leave shit how it is. Yeah. And that's fair. And I like that. So,
then he accepts.
So then he keeps, like, thinking about it and starts actually working on it and figures out a way to make this, like...
10 seconds, he figures out a way.
This time jump possible, which I thought also was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Tony Stark. That's, like, his whole thing.
Yeah.
So he figures out, like, holy shit, this might be possible. That's fine to me. They get everybody together to do this, like, jump.
Wait, time. Actually, see the scene where like Iron Man gets with like the car in Captain America, and he gives a shield to Captain America.
I like that.
And then he does a joke. I think that's like a good joke. Like,
right?
Oh, don't say anything, cause like be quiet, cause I didn't bring anything to like. To
yeah.
everyone.
First he goes, no, I had to get rid of this before before Morgan uses it as a sled.
Yeah.
And then he's like, don't tell anybody I gave it to you. I only have one, or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't bring everything for everyone.
That was funny.
Yeah,
those are like there were like little moments in there where I was like, that is how I liked the humor to be handled.
Yeah.
It's
not forced.
It was funny. It was quick. It reflected very much his character. Like, that's something that Tony Stark would say.
Yeah.
The whole, like, making...
Also, it was kind of like showing they were, like, friends again. You're, like, joking with each other.
Yeah, it did a lot.
Like, trust...
It did a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it did a hell of a lot more than, hey, Thor, come, we have beer.
Yeah.
That's just... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway. So they decide, like, we're going to do it.
They have, like, their plan.
They get the plan. I mean, I think all that shit was fine, just figuring it out.
Yeah, like the stones. It kind of makes sense.
They're going back, like, they figure out that the going back in time works. Oh, they did, like, the fucking, like, you're not pushing Scott Lang through time, you're pushing time through him, and he came out as, like, a baby and then an old person.
Oh, that was
whatever. It also kind of foreshadowed what happened with Cap.
Yeah, and also
which is fine.
And also like they actually needed Iron Man, because like if they figure it out, they were like, oh, we actually don't need Iron Man.
Yeah, no, so they needed Iron Man. Again, I just want to point out once again, this is also a scene where Hulk was there. It could have just been Bruce Banner.
Yeah,
he was just being a scientist.
Yeah,
just saying anyway. So whatever, they figure out that it's gonna work and yada yada. I mean, this part of the movie kind of was just like whatever for me.
Figuring out or like traveling?
No, I mean like the point from when Tony Stark arrives to like when they're like we're going and they're all hit the button. Like in between that, it was fine. They're just figuring shit out and they get the cool suits and they're all using all the suits use like Tony Stark's nanotech.
Hey, I have to say, I kind of like that scene where it's a Hulk, War Machine, and Hawkeye, and like they're like, oh, why wouldn't go to the past and just kill like Thanos' baby, right? Like,
oh yeah, yeah, I like that.
I kind of like that because like they just like make sure like fans didn't thought like why they didn't do that.
Yeah,
just like clearing like that thing like that.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Yeah, no, I don't mind that either.
So that was like kind of cool. I feel
that was good.
Then they jump.
What was it? So they go back. They split up into groups and go back.
I kind of like that because like it was like partners like Captain America and Iron Man, like just to figure out like their problems.
And Scott Lang too.
Scott Lang.
Remember they went with Ant-Man.
Oh, Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah, they went with
Ant-Man. Okay, yeah, no, but what I mean is
and
like
Hulk in the beginning,
when
and then they kept going. Yeah.
To figure out like their problems, then like War Machine and Nebula, like, cause like both of them have like like robotic legs. They're like kind of like robot humans. And what was like the one Hawkeye and
Scarlett Johansson,
cause like
Black Widow,
yeah, cause both of them have like to show something, cause like they want to get this Soul Stone.
I thought, well, let's just talk about that for a second. Getting the Soul Stone, I thought that was really good.
That was a great scene.
I thought it was a great scene. Them kind of like fighting each other to like sacrifice themselves. Was great. Personally, I just want to say that I am and always have been more invested in Black Widow as a character. I just don't love Hawkeye as a character. I just think he's like, whatever. So I kind of wish that Hawkeye had jumped just because.
No, but I think it was.
But it makes a lot of sense why it didn't.
She has a movie. She's gonna have a movie in 2020. So like, they was gonna have like something.
Something's gonna like get figured out. But anyway, them like fighting over who's gonna get sacrificed.
That was amazing.
And she's like, you got a family to take care of. I thought that was really well done.
Yeah.
Then we see Hawkeye wake up in the exact same way that Thanos did with the Soul Stone. Like,
also, Red Skull saying Black Widow's that name. Like no one knew about it because like no one knows where like Black Widow comes. You know, like where is she from
I
and
forgot about
everything.
that part. What did you say?
She's like, oh, like Natasha, your dad was Ivan or something like that.
Oh.
And then he was like, oh, you believe him because he said your dad's name, and she was like, I didn't even knew my dad's name.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I thought that all that stuff was.
That was a great scene.
I
Yeah.
thought that was a great scene actually. Like I thought that was like one of the best scenes of them.
No,
thought it
I
was really
also
fucking
like
good.
it with like Iron Man, Ant-Man, and Captain America see them when they were in the past.
Yeah, and it was cool because I mean obviously like it was the plot or whatever, but it was also an excuse to go back through all these
Yeah.
old movies that we had seen.
Also,
which was
have
cool.
you seen Captain America: Winter Soldier?
Haven't.
There is a scene in the elevator where like Captain America is there with like all the
Or does he like beat the shit out of
shield agents, but like they're actually like from Hydra.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like a hint for like Captain America: Winter Soldier, but also for the comics because like he says "Hi Hydra,"
Yeah.
like saying like like
Yeah.
And there's another comic where like he actually like with the Ragnarok he turns into a Hydra agent, so that was kind of like a hint for that.
That's cool. Yeah, no, I liked that when he was like Hail Hydra.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh shit, and they gave him the Tesseract or the scepter and whatever, and
Yeah.
then he fights himself, and he's like, I could do this all day. And he's like,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Like that was really funny.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was great. Watching Cap fight himself was fucking cool. Actually.
And then they joke about like, oh, that's America's. I thought that was kind of like
the America's ass jokes were funny.
Yeah.
Those were funny. Those are the ones that like hit a little bit more for me. Ant-Man and Iron Man fucking up the plans was whatever. And then
the Hulk. I think the Hulk going down the stairs that was kind of like forced a little bit.
Yeah, whatever. That was fine. And then Captain America and Tony Stark decided to go back even farther to get more of like whatever the stuff letting them jump time was and to get the Tesseract. So they go back even farther.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was like great.
Yeah.
Because the scene where Tony Stark is in the basement, he's stealing the Tesseract and he meets his own dad.
Yeah.
Was awesome.
Yeah.
Especially for me being a huge Iron Man fan. You know from Civil War that there was a ton of shit between them, and it's even hinted at in the first Iron Man, and then it's touched on a bunch in Iron Man 3, and like this relationship with his dad and how his dad was killed when he was pretty young.
Also,
he was like 20.
I don't know if you remember in Civil War at the beginning when Tony Stark is doing that like with the VR thing with like
the
dad.
simulation thing,
and he's
and
like,
it's just like
Dad, you did a great job with me, I know. And he said like that's how I wish I'd say to the dad, right? And then like in Endgame he was like,
exactly,
I'm sure you'll do great or something like that.
It was great.
Yeah.
Especially me being like an Iron Man super fan, I would like adored that part. He's like, what's your name? And Tony Stark was like, oh, Howard. And he goes, oh, I'm Howard Stark. And he goes, oh, I'm Howard Potts. You know, that was awesome.
Also, I have to say, like for Captain America, when he sees her like his love, like all her like like the girl.
Oh yeah.
Also, I think that was like the place where like Tony's dad gave him the shield. Like he was in that bunker before.
Yeah.
So I think that was kind of like cool, and like seeing like his picture, like Captain America's picture from the past when he with like the white shirt and like the army shirt. I think that was kind of cool.
No, I thought that whole segment was great actually. Yeah. And then like Tony Stark when Howard's like asking, he's like, we're having a kid soon. Like any advice? I was, oh man.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
That got me. That was great. And then they of course they get the Tesseract and whatever. Then they go back. They jump back to the present
and they start doing I think it was super. Now let's get like with a new gauntlet, right? I think it was super cool. They played like all the stones in an Iron Man gauntlet.
Oh yeah, that was cool. So yeah, so they all get back. Really quickly, how did you feel about like the two nebulas thing?
It was kind of
like the memory got.
Yeah. I think it was kind of like forced, just like to.
I actually thought that
I like it. I like it, but it was like, I think it was like a really easy way to like show, like just to get into this like the new Thanos. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like
the new young Thanos.
Yeah,
I think I was okay with that because she's part robot and it's like, holy shit, why are you getting these like random memories?
Okay, yeah,
that was cool. I didn't mind that. We see Thanos before his plan starts, and then Gamora and Nebula are still like working for him, if you will, and they're all like confused, like what's going on? Gonna happen? But I thought that was cool. I had zero problem with that. I thought it was fine.
That was
Squidward
cool,
was there.
Yeah,
fucking Squidward.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, no, I thought that was great. And then let's see here. I don't think there's anything too memorable until they have all the stones back.
No,
right?
that was it. I just have to say, yeah, that I feel like that's it for that.
I mean, there was some more stuff with each of their like little groups, but that was pretty much.
Yeah, but like
the
now
gist
they're
of it.
together doing the gauntlet, right?
So now, yeah, then they all get together and you see them load up all the stones into like an Iron Man gauntlet, which is fucking sick.
Yeah.
Like whether you're an Iron Man fan or not, that was fucking badass.
Yeah, because that was super cool.
Um,
And then Hulk, it's like the gauntlet
like
was
that too.
it was like made for like a normal guy, like for a person. But then Hulk goes, puts
I
it
guess
on.
that's kind of a foreshadow of what that Tony's gonna wear it later to
Yeah.
like show
Yeah,
that
that
it
he
was
will.
small and then it can get big and then small.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like that was kind of like super cool.
Yeah, that was badass. And then Hulk is like, you saw how much damage it does to like you. Like I'll do it. I'm huge.
He snapped,
He snaps,
right?
yeah. So like what I'm saying again, like back to the Hulk thing is like, what if he had just become Hulk Banner?
Do it.
Like a few like the scene before or a couple scenes before he had like become that, and then he puts it on.
You know how it would be
That'd be
amazing?
cool. What?
And when they're in the past, when he has to fight himself, like the Hulk from the past.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
So it's like a fair fight.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Hulk from the past, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
But I just want to say when he runs into like the timekeeper before Doctor Strange, and he's like, "I'm looking for Strange," and she goes, "You're 5 years early."
Yeah, that's cool.
That's
Yeah.
fucking cool.
That was cool. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
she has a time stone, she knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
She was like that's.
And then
that
she
was
doesn't
want to
give it to him, but she's like, "Oh, so like Doctor Strange give it. Oh, so that means like he was."
And she was like, he was like
yeah.
the smartest one. Like he's about
best
to be
one,
the
yeah.
smartest, like the best one that we will like ever have.
Yeah, so like get it.
So then she just like that was fucking.
was
I
cool,
thought
yeah.
that was great. And then it's also called back to Infinity War, like when he gave the stone
Yeah.
up, and like there must have been a reason, and this is clearly like part of the reason, and yada yada. I thought that was cool.
Also, I kind of like that woman, like that woman's like just like in the roof, like fighting also like the aliens alone by herself.
That's
like,
kind of cool.
No one like
Like you think about like, oh shit, was that going on when it happened in
like,
the first Avengers?
no,
Like
yeah,
kind of
it's
cool. And she's like, "You're 5 years too early." I thought that line was just like, "Oh fuck, that was good."
Yeah.
And then so let's see. Okay, so yeah, we'll go back. So
Hulk
then
snaps.
Hulk snaps with the gauntlet.
It kind of shows how powerful Thanos was, because like nothing happened to him when he did it, and how
When the Hulk even just put it on, his whole arm
Yeah.
got like fucking fried.
just how
and
like
shit.
how powerful Thanos was.
Yeah, and so he snaps. You see Scott Lang. Remember Scott Lang walks outside and
see
sees
the
the
birds.
birds, and then Hawkeye's phone starts ringing, and it's his wife. And
I think
That was-
I
that was good.
I didn't like that. I think it was kind
you
of like
didn't?
just easy. I feel like it was easy to get everyone back.
I mean, I don't know. Their whole plan of going back in time to get all the stones just to like get
But
one
they didn't.
snap. Like I thought that was
there wasn't
good.
like any bad guy there. You know what I mean? They didn't have like any complication.
But then it comes like 2 seconds after.
Okay, yeah, but what I'm saying until that point, we don't know. Like until that point, we don't know.
I
the
suppose.
complication.
I mean, it's hinted at that young Thanos is like gonna want to do something.
Yeah, I wish the one wearing the gauntlet would have been Thor. By the way, instead of fucking Hulk, but whatever.
Actually, yeah. I wish that Thor had like bounced back and become his old self and then worn the yeah. Do you know how
gauntlet.
fucking OP he would be?
That would be yeah.
So
Then Thanos appears with his.
so yeah,
spaceship.
Thanos starts like shooting at Avengers HQ, which I thought that was great.
That was cool.
That was cool.
Destroys everything.
Destroys fucking
Yates
everything.
everything.
Fucking yeets everything. Hawkeye ends up with the gauntlet like way down in the sewers and like is escaping like from the little monster, like little
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool too, yeah.
things. Like that was fine. That was cool. I mean, this is when the movies start to get like pure
fucking sick,
badass. Well, I'm trying to think of whatever. I guess everybody was kind of like stuck under the rubble. Ant-Man helped out some peeps because he got all gigantic and was able to like pull.
No,
some
but
people.
that's later. That's
Is that later?
Yeah, because then
I thought he... Oh no! You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Then what happened? Because I think they get out of there and they're like, "Where's the gauntlet?" Or something like that. And then they see like Thanos sitting, and it's just Captain America.
Oh right, Iron Man and Thor. And they see Thanos just like sitting there with his like dual bladed sword thing. Remember that?
That
was kind of sick.
Yeah. And then they start to fight.
They start to fight. And a lot of this, I mean, not from here on for a while. It's just like a lot of fighting. So there's not like a ton to like.
Sorry,
dissect
but like
there.
I think now comes like the best scene in the of the movie when
Captain America.
No, wait, when Thanos breaks Captain America's shield, and then Thanos is destroying Thor, and then the fucking Captain America grabs the fucking hammer. That's like for me like the best scene of the movie.
Cool.
And
Or,
Thor's like I knew it.
Yeah, dude, when his shield is all like fucking broken, and he still like tightens it again. Yeah. And then he's like, what's the hammer called? Mjolnir?
I'm just gonna.
Mjolnir. We'll just
call it Mjolnir. That
doesn't sound
whatever.
Right. We're just gonna call it Thor's hammer.
Thor's hammer, yeah.
When he's like holding Thor's hammer,
he gets his powers, bro, with like the God.
And that's a callback to the second Avengers where he was able to move
a little bit, yeah. And everyone was
and like there are some like even the director at that time when people were like, how did Cap move it? Like, if he could move it a little bit, why couldn't he lift it up? One of the directors was like...
In the future, we'll see or something.
No, he was like, oh, you saw him move it a little bit. Like, did he stop because he couldn't? Or did he stop because he, like, chose to stop?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Which is, like, fucking sick. So he's, like, always been worthy of... So, seeing Cap fight with Thor's old hammer was, like...
That was fucking
bad
sick,
ass,
bro.
dude.
Yeah.
Fucking badass. And then, you know, like, here's another good example of some, like, good humor is when, like...
Yeah.
Like, there's one part where Captain America's Stormbreaker, and
Thor has
his old hammer, and he's like, give me that bag.
Give me the big one, you get that small one, or something like that.
That was really funny. Again, so here's one, like, I'm gonna get, like, a little nitpicky, but, you know, that's what this fucking podcast is for. Stormbreaker in Infinity War was known as the
most powerful,
the Thanos killing weapon. When like Rocket asked him what kind of weapon it was, or Chris Pratt or somebody, he was like the Thanos killing kind.
Yeah,
it was like this Thanos killing weapon, and at the very end of Infinity War, it overpowered like all 6 stones from Thanos. And then in this movie, in theory, couldn't Thor have just like absolutely fucking fucked Thanos and just destroyed him?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you could be like, well, he's all fat and like out of shape and shit, so maybe that's why they kept him like that.
The hammer.
I don't know. That bugged me a little bit because I was like, I thought that was like the Thanos killing. Like, you almost killed him when he had all 6 stones. Right now he has 0 stones, and like, how are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
That bugged me.
But just in Captain America.
But whatever.
Just in Captain America with the
seeing Captain America with the hammer was
give
like,
me an erection.
Yeah, no, it was fucking sick. I was pretty hard. Like, it was fucking sick.
Not gonna lie.
I'm not even a Captain America fan. I'm an Iron Man fan. I was still fucking hard.
Also, can I say something, like, parentheses, like, out of the movie? Stu and I, one day we watched some, like, scale of, like, all Marvel characters. And Captain America was kind of, like,
played... Oh, like a power scale?
Power scale. Like, in a kind of, like, a bad level. Because he's still just, like, a human, right? Dude, right now with the fucking hammer.
Cap with the hammer is, like, fucking broken.
Dude, I think I would place him, like... Even, like... I think even more stronger than Thor with the hammer.
No,
you know,
absolutely not.
Captain America with the hammer, it's
not more powerful than Thor with the hammer.
He gets the same powers, also the shield. It's more powerful.
Yeah, and Thor's also a god of thunder.
But when you get the hammer, you get all the powers of the god. Like, you still a god. Yeah.
Sorry.
Nah, shut the fuck up.
I'm just
He's
being
just jealous that, like, fucking Iron Man didn't grab their hammer. I'm just saying it.
No, Iron Man's not worthy at all. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm just saying that I think that Thor with the hammer is still more OP than Cap with the hammer. You just said Cap was like a human. You were just like, he was just a human. No.
Right. No, Thor, when you grab the hammer, you turn into a god. That's what makes you Thor. Like, what he says, like...
Okay, how about this? Thor has been like that for thousands of years, so he has so much more experience with the hammer.
But it doesn't make you the experience. It's just like the...
Just saying.
The hammer says... the one that wears the hammer will be Thor, even if it's not Thor.
Agree to disagree. That's what I'm saying.
God, he's just jealous.
I'm just trying to stick it out for my boy. Hey, Fat Thor? He's more powerful than Fat Thor with the hammer. That's for fucking sure.
Shut the fuck up.
Anyway, clearly there's still some dispute between us. But anyway.
I didn't like that. Like
Thanos
didn't grab the gauntlet to fight at the end.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Thanos gets the gauntlet with us. He goes to snap.
No, but there's some things before that.
Well, yeah, everybody else shows up.
I really like the girl power thing.
Yeah, it actually was cool.
That was cool. Like
all the girls.
Oh, can I say too?
Going off.
Fucking entry of like all the armies together.
That was cool. I mean, everybody like Doctor Strange, like bringing everybody in. Yeah. Spidey coming back in, and all the Guardians coming back in, and
that was sick. No,
dude,
bro. When like Captain America is like with the just like broken shield in front of like
and he turns around and everybody comes back.
Army, like he's just gonna fight like all of them to get like alone, and then like
everybody. That was him. I mean, you can't help but like love that.
Yeah,
dude. And then I remember Iron Man asks Doctor Strange. He's like, you saw 14,605 timelines. Is this the one we win?
And he's like, I'm not gonna.
He's
say
like, I
this
can't
is-
say.
no.
But then, like a few minutes later,
goes,
he
like-
looks over and he just
like
lifts
one.
up the one. I was like, God fucking damn it, dude,
Yeah.
that's fucking sick. Yeah, no, I mean, that, like everybody coming in was great. It was the best like entry of all the heroes that you could possibly do. It's sad because I wish I could have like spent more time with all those characters.
Yeah.
But because of the how the story worked out, it just wasn't really possible. But I wish I could have seen some more Spidey, some more Star Lords. Whatever.
Yeah, let's talk about let's finish the movie and then like say what we wish.
Say our
will
closing
happen.
closing remarks.
Yeah,
Well-
I think the end. I didn't like the only thing I didn't like at the end is like
Well, I want to talk about Tony Stark for a second.
Thanos didn't grab the gauntlet to fight.
Well, we'll talk about that after we finish going through the movie.
no,
talking about, like, things
we're
that we
talking
would
about the end
change.
right now because like he didn't fight with the gauntlet.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Because it wouldn't be like a
Yeah.
more fair fight. Because dude, let's be honest, they fucked the bad guys.
No, I know.
Captain Marvel just goes through the big mother
I
shit.
liked seeing Thanos like as powerful with all 6 stones versus all of them. Like that was really cool. Like the one just Thanos versus all the Avengers in Infinity War. That was great.
Right? How like Thanos.
This
fucked
one
all
was
Avengers,
just like
yeah.
him plus a huge gigantic army, and it just didn't really have the same effect for me.
I have
to
to
be
say
honest.
it was cool to see like how like if you just realize like all the bad guys who were like from like the old bad movies, like the ones that like invade New York.
Yeah, no, that was cool.
Yeah, like the big guys, I think they were from Thor and like the End World
Yeah.
or something like that.
And then Thanos does grab the gauntlet, goes to snap. The stones aren't in it. Turns out Tony Stark has them all on his arm, which was just like, I mean, for me that was like so fucking cool. And Thanos, the famous line, "I am inevitable," and Tony Stark goes, "I am Iron Man."
Yeah.
And that's exactly how the first Iron Man movie finished. That's the last line of the first Iron Man movie.
Yeah.
And then he snaps and God, that
And
like
he dies.
and then
yeah.
he passes away. That fucking like
But why
struck
he died?
a goddamn chord with me. Because because of how powerful the stones are. Did you see Thanos was like all remember when he first snaps in Infinity
No,
War?
but he wasn't. Just the gauntlet was fucked, not him. He was fucked as like he destroyed the stones with the stones. That's why he was.
No,
fucked.
I know. No, the gauntlet was still fucked, but in Infinity War, he's still all like. I mean, did you see what the stones did to Hulk when he was just like had them on?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was Hulk, So like, I'm not like surprised that it killed Iron Man, but like that was fucking sad. That's like my favorite. Like
Dude,
the whole death was handled super well. There were a bunch of callbacks to previous Iron Man movies and the original Iron Man.
To be honest, I think the only death it was like actually a really good like. That's another thing I feel like the only good death of like all the only good end of all the Avengers was like Iron Man. That was like the only one.
It was a great end. The proof that Tony Stark has a heart little thing that Pepper had. Oh, also Pepper in the Iron Man suit was pretty badass. In the fight.
Yeah.
That's part of the comics. I was waiting for that. That was sick. His like first original arc reactor floating in the lake, and his daughter asking for a cheeseburger is exactly what Tony Stark asked
Also,
for.
I don't know
when
if
he
you
came
saw,
back
but like
in
they got
first one.
the small kid in Iron Man 3 was there too.
Yeah, the small kid in Iron Man 3. I did see that.
They say it's gonna be
was,
like the new Iron
grown
Man.
up. Yeah, so he might be the new Iron
Yeah.
Man. Really, it was well done.
Everyone was there.
Everybody was there. Even Captain Marvel and everything. Like
Nick Fury.
His like little funeral. Like that was very
also
well
was
done.
like
It was a beautiful
what's like-
send off.
What's like Peter Parker aunt?
Oh, Aunt May.
She
Yeah,
was there
Aunt May was
too.
there. Like everybody was there. Then we get to the closing remarks.
Don't even please. Can we just like
with
not talk about
Captain
the
America, and Lucas is not too happy. I mean, I'm not happy either, but like Lucas really isn't happy.
Okay,
why don't you get into it, Lucas?
Okay, that was like the biggest disappointment. That's why I'm giving like that bad as a grade to like Endgame. That's why I'm giving a 7, just because like the end of Captain America, I really wanted him to die, like
Heroically.
heroically, like with Iron Man, or like killing by Thanos, or like saving someone. Dude, please, not be like a fucking romantic and like he stay with like the love of his life and like dance to like the end, and then he's sitting on a bench being old and give the fucking shield to Falcon. They're like, no one gives a fuck about him. Like if he would have stayed like dust, no one would even say anything.
Well, we both kind of knew that this was going to be the end of the line for Captain America. Whether he died or not, his contract was up. I mean, Chris Evans' contract was up. We knew that there was going to be a new Captain America.
Yeah, but I wanted Winter Soldier.
And we both were like, oh, it's gonna be Bucky. It's gonna be Winter Soldier. And then he gives the shield. I remember we were in the theater.
Falcon.
He gives the shield to Falcon, and I looked over at Lucas, and
I was gonna leave.
Lucas is like, oh my fucking god. And then Falcon goes, this doesn't feel like it's mine.
And then we were hyped.
We were like, oh god, he's gonna give it to Bucky. And then
he was like, I will do what I can.
And then Captain America was like, no, it is yours.
I was just like, do it for real.
So, take it or leave it, I guess.
Thanks God it's just gonna be a TV show.
Falcon is the next Captain America.
Thanks God it's just gonna be a TV show.
I suppose.
God, that was I didn't like that part.
And then he ends like the last shot is him just like dancing.
That was kind of like.
I mean, it was cool, but I'm not like a Captain America fan, but I wish that Captain America and Tony had like died together,
like with the gauntlet together,
like with the gauntlet together, something like that, because they're like a lot like the past few movies have dealt with their feud.
Yeah,
since Civil War, every movie has kind of dealt with them like not being on the same page. This movie, their bond was starting to like heal up halfway through, and like I wish they had gone out together.
Also, that will kind of like show how like both of them like the leaders, like like even their life for everyone.
But I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
Dude,
it is what it is. Anyway, we're God. It's been an hour. We're like,
dude, don't worry. This podcast, this movie, it's worth it to talk about it.
It's a lot. No, it is a lot. So I'm gonna call back to what I said in the beginning of this whole podcast, which was I believe that if there wasn't that 5-year time gap, a lot of stuff for me personally would have been solved. Because first of all, there wouldn't have been time for Thor to get all like chunky and fat and ugly and whatever, and he still could have been fucked up in the head, but it could have been like 6 months later.
Or maybe like no, like maybe he just like went to another planet or something like or he was just like.
It does kind of ruin the whole like Tony Stark as a kid now, which I really liked that because it made the ending even sadder, like seeing his daughter.
The Hulk thing, like they could have like
the Hulk thing we could have seen some more of that. Could have been more immediate. Cap could have still been like trying to work with, instead of like doing like a self-help group, he could have been like with Black Widow still, and Hawkeye wouldn't be in Tokyo yet and all this stuff. I don't know. For me, the time gap kind of I don't want to say.
Yeah, also it's like out of nowhere.
It is really out of that. I don't think that's really happened in any other Marvel movie, like a jump like that.
5 years.
Like a jump, like within the movie, a jump of that far. No. I don't think it's happened. I also wish that we got to see them face off again against just Thanos with all 6 stones.
Yeah.
Or at least like a few stones, or like 5. Before he goes and gets the one from Vision or something like that. To me, all of like the Avengers on Titan and Infinity War fighting Thanos, and like just Thanos, nobody else. Just Thanos, and he's still fucking them up.
Yeah.
That is better than a millions of people army. In my opinion. Like that's cooler to me.
Yeah.
To be like, look at how badass he is, instead of like, look at this army he has.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, I have to say I have bad news.
What?
Fucking Vision is coming back.
Vision's coming back?
Because like Captain America returns the
stone to him?
The soul. No, what's the name?
The Mind Stone.
So it means like he's gonna be created again. So I'm sorry for all the
people who don't like
like me
who don't like Vision.
Yeah.
So Lucas and I left the theater like shitting on that movie.
But just thinking about it, was a great movie, I have to say.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think a lot of the reason that we didn't like it so much at first is because our expectations were just so fucking high, and we knew exactly what we wanted, and it just was completely different. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, like, no matter what, we were going to be
sorry, the Falcon thing killed me, bro. Yeah, that was, like, why I thought it was fucking shit, bro.
So, I mean, I would still, like, if you're at all a Marvel fan, I would recommend it.
I would go again to watch it on Thursday or something.
Honestly, I would probably see it again just for fun. Like,
yeah, now
knowing what I'm going to get into.
Yeah.
I think that we were just expecting something more serious, especially in the beginning. But the ending scene, I mean, like the ending battle, like you can't. It's so badass. Like, you
All
can't help but love
characters,
it.
yeah.
You can't help but love seeing everybody. Like, yes, I wish I would have seen, Star-Lord more and Spidey more.
I have to say
but,
something.
Like, whatever.
I would like at the end of like the adventures, kind of like showing how like the new team would be.
Yeah, I would have liked that.
Like Black Panther, Doctor Strange.
Oh, last thing I want to touch on before we wrap up is there was no end credit scene, man. The only part of the end credit scene was hearing a fucking ding, ding.
Yeah,
ding.
that was that was
Somebody said it was a callback
from
to the
Iron Man
original
1.
Iron Man when he's making his helmet. But
yeah,
where's
I would
man?
like kind of like seen like the new bad guy, or kind of like how
some
everything would
hint
be,
of like,
or like how like the timeline, like the timeline where like they're
got
leaving
fucked
them
up
fucked up or something. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's now we're just we're nitpicking and everything. Like, overall, was it a well done movie? Yes. Overall, did I enjoy myself? Maybe not in the moment, but thinking back, yes. I mean, the end of the movie just kind of makes it all worth it, no matter what. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Overall, I still would prefer Infinity War. I think Infinity War is just better. I think it's wittier.
Wait, can I say something about the movie again?
Yeah.
I like how like Thor went with the Guardians of the Galaxy, because that means
so
Thor is gonna be in
Guardians
kind
of
of
the
like
Galaxy
that.
Volume 3. Maybe we'll like actually see him become Thor again.
Yeah.
Like the Thor we knew again. Yeah, I think the Tony Stark death was. I mean, it's like that was like genuinely sad. Like even today, I was still like genuinely sad.
Yeah.
Because that like I've loved that character for so long, and now I think I'm gonna buy Iron Man 1 tonight and just watch it again. I'm not even kidding. It's
really?
like $5 on like YouTube or
I have
Amazon
it for here free. You can watch it if you want.
So yeah, it was fine. It wasn't what I expected. There were some things I didn't like, but looking back, I mean, you can't help but have a good time.
I mean, not gonna lie, I'm still disappointed. I mean, they handled it
I
good,
think
but
I think Infinity War had better action. I think it had better character development. I think the tone was like perfect. I think that it just overall just worked way better for me.
Yeah.
But, because basically like the villain in this movie was just less powerful than the villain in the previous movie. And that's kind of the opposite.
If there was a villain in this movie.
Do you know what I'm saying? But that's like a little bit of the opposite. Like,
but like there was a villain in this movie. Okay, of course Thanos, but like there was one. He appears in the last 10 minutes.
Like what if it was like Infinity War, he got like 3 of the stones and they were trying to fight him and couldn't do it. And then in this movie, he got the rest of them, did the snap, and then they used the time stone to go back and fix it. Something like that.
Or
do you know what I'm saying? Where it's like where his power continues to build throughout both movies, because in this, the most powerful Thanos we see is in Infinity War. The rest of the time we see Thanos in Endgame, he's way fucking weaker.
It's not even fucking more powerful than Loki. And
it's like kind of sad.
Dude, yeah. Also, I feel like how they got the stunts was super easy. I will like kind of like some risk there. Fighting like
they got the stunts
the Avengers in the past, that would have been fucking sick.
I mean, it was cool to see like a callback to all the other movies, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, but whatever.
Well, anyway, we are like
coming
up on time here, so let me we like to close out the podcast around here with a quote from the quote book. So let me
one of the quotes.
I already picked one out, so let me pull it up and read it to y'all. Oh, here we go. This has absolutely nothing to do with what we were saying, but that's totally fine. Quote: "Vampires are just large mosquitoes." Think about that one. That's the quote to end this podcast. God, coming up on almost an hour and 10 minutes. It's insane. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope, let us know, like, if you agree with anything we said, if you really disagree with anything we said.
Yeah, for real.
I'm genuinely down to talk about this, like, endlessly. I'm sure Lucas is too, yeah.
I could keep talking for hours.
No, I know. I know we're, like, cutting ourselves off. I could keep talking. Any, like, last remarks, Lucas?
No. I'm just hoping for the new movies and, whole fucking
So will you still be checking out will you still be watching every single Marvel movie as it comes out?
Don't think so, though.
Really?
I didn't watch Captain Marvel. Didn't watch Spider-Man. Like, they don't hug me up that much. Yeah. And I feel like the next
we'll see.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll see what happens. But
thanks for watching.
Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next week. Thank you very much. 125 Podcast out.